Good morning. Welcome to another Coffee Break Languages video. I'm Mark, and today I'm on my way to Glasgow Airport at the moment. It's 7 o'clock in the morning. It's a little bit dree, as we would say here in Scotland. A little bit wet, a little bit murky, cloudy, and not so nice. But hopefully where we're going, the weather will be a little bit different. Now, the country that we're visiting today is a country I've only ever visited once before, and that was when we were on holiday in a neighbouring country and we popped in for a day. But today we're visiting the capital city of this country. I've never been there before and I don't speak any of the language of this country. So I'm really looking forward to finding out a bit more about the language, to learning some words, and hopefully you can learn along with me. Now, there aren't direct flights from Glasgow to this destination, so I'm taking a quick flight down to London and then onwards from there. So that's us at Heathrow, and now just heading through to departures. So the good news is we have a gate. Now I better tell you some information about this language that we're going to be finding out more about. It is a South Slavic language. It's actually part of the Balto-Slavic family. So it's an Indo-European language, and it's spoken in addition to the country where we're going, it's also spoken in parts of Italy and parts of Austria. Now one interesting aspect of the language is the fact that in addition to singular and plural, it also has a dual grammatical mode. So there are forms for singular, one, dual, two, and then plural for multiples. Have you guessed which language we're talking about? With 2.5 million speakers, we're going to be learning some Slovenian, and we're off to Ljubljana, the capital of Slovenia.
One of the things I know I'm going to be doing as soon as I arrive in Slovenia is looking around and seeing how the language is used on signage, signs, street signs, and notices, adverts, and all that kind of thing. Because that will really be the first time we've seen Slovenian written out. And in order to know how things are pronounced, I have had a little look at how the each letter is pronounced, and hopefully that will guide me in how I will then pronounce these words in my head before starting to use some of those words in my spoken Slovenian.
One of the things I've been doing recently when I'm coming to a country where either I speak the language really well or I have no understanding of the language whatsoever, I always open up a chat with ChatGPT. And then I continue that chat throughout my journey. And that means that I can interact with ChatGPT, and I have ChatGPT as an ongoing advisor throughout my time in the country. And I've already done this for Slovene here in Slovenia. So I am in my taxi on my way into central Ljubljana, and I'm going to have my first Slovenian conversation. Zdravo!
Ime mi je Mark. Kako ti je ime? Moje ime je Snežana.
Snežna?
Yeah.
Snežna.
Yeah.
Me veseli?
Yeah.
Can you tell me me veseli in a better Slovenian accent?
Me veseli.
Me veseli.
Yeah.
Ah, so it's like a more closed me veseli.
Yeah.
Me veseli. Okay. So what would you say is the most important Slovenian word that any learner should know?
Ooh, that's good. Maybe živio.
Živjo?
Yeah. Dobar dan.
Dobar dan.
Yeah. Adio.
Adio.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or na svidanje.
Na svidanje. So, what's the difference between živjo and zdravo?
Zdravo is for the Serbian Croatian.
Ah.
Živio is Slovenian.
Okay, right.
But everywhere you in the Balkan you can say zdravo.
Okay, that makes sense. Dobro jutro, good morning, it's day 2. I arrived last night, had a little look around, got my bearings, but this morning I am ready to try to learn some Slovenian, and I've started by asking ChatGPT for some useful words. We're just focusing on 5 words for now, and these words are the castle, the bridge, the street, the tourist information centre and the toilets. 5 things that I might need to find here in Ljubljana. So let's take a look at what they are in Slovenian. The castle is grad, as in Ljubljanski grad. The bridge, most. The street, ulica. The tourist information centre, turistično-informacijski center. And the toilets, stranišče. Let's see if we can find these words as we wander around the streets of Ljubljana, and we'll get a point for each one. And I'm guessing this restaurant is called the Bridge Restaurant because it's right opposite the bridge. One of the things that is a little tricky when you are dealing with a new language is when there is a letter in your own language which you're very familiar with and used to pronouncing in a particular way, and it has a completely different pronunciation in the new language. I'm thinking, in the case of Slovenian, of the letter C. So C in English would either be pronounced as K, as in cat, or S, as in centre. But in Slovenian, C is pronounced as Ts, a TS sound. So that's why a word like this is sona, as opposed to kona or sona or anything else. Now there's another type of C in Slovenian, and that's the one with a little, what looks like a V on top of the C. It's called a karon in English, or in Slovenian I think is strešica. And this one is pronounced as ch, as in, very importantly, chocolada. Okay, it's time for lunch, and I'm going to try and order in Slovenian. I would like the caprese salad and a large sparkling water, which is radenska. And the word for large, I think, is velika. So I'm going to try velika radenska. Velika radenska. And then I would like is radbi, I think, radbi caprese salad. Let's go with that. Radbi caprese salad?
Ja.
Zalika radenska?
How big?
Big.
The big one, yeah?
Okay. In kozarec Vitovska Garganja.
Vitsko Garganja.
Okay.
To vse?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hvala.
Thank you, hvala.
And I also added in there a kozarec vino, a glass of wine, to help the Slovenian flow.
To je sistemska napaka, že to je nekaj so zajebali s to klimo in to sem lepo dal po moje.
One very important phrase I have learned is na zdravje, to your health.
Nek video, to je to.
So I am now joined by my friend Jagoda. Hi Jagoda.
Hello, Mark.
How are you today?
I'm fine, and you?
Very good. Now we need to learn how to say all of that in Slovenian, but I thought we would just ask Jagoda a few things about the Slovenian language and to find out a little more about this beautiful language and country.
Okay, as our mayor likes to say, welcome to Ljubljana, to the most beautiful city in the world, and it is indeed.
It is, it's beautiful. Lepa?
Ljubljana je lepa. Ljubljana is beautiful.
Yeah, so Ljubljana je lepa.
That's right.
Excellent, very useful phrase when anything is beautiful. Slovenia je lepa?
Exactly. Slovenia je lepa as well. Tudi. Tudi.
Yes. Okay. So one question I have is about the name of the language. We can refer to it as Slovenian, but also I've heard Slovene, which is correct.
I think both are correct, actually.
Both. Okay. So we've been using Slovenian so far. Let's continue with that.
Okay, nadaljujmo.
What's that?
Let's continue. Nadaljujmo.
Nadaljujmo.
Or even correct, because we are only two, nadaljujiva.
Right, now there's something I've been reading about. You said we're only two. What is this whole thing about the numbers? Because we've got one, for example, one coffee would be...
Ena kava.
Ena kava. Two coffees.
Dve kavi.
So there's a form for two coffees. And what would three coffees be?
Tri kave.
So in English we have singular and plural, but in Slovenian you have a singular, a dual form and a plural form.
Exactly, and this is the hardest thing to learn for foreigners.
Yeah, absolutely. And tell me something, would Slovenian native speakers get that wrong sometimes?
I have to admit sometimes, yes. I have to admit.
Okay.
I have to admit.
What would you say is the most beautiful part of Ljubljana for visitors?
The most beautiful part is, of course, this part where we are staying now alongside the Ljubljanica River. Then for sure you should go to the Ljubljana Castle.
Yeah.
Then we have the most beautiful park, which is called Tivoli Park.
Tivoli Park.
So yes, all the city center is quite beautiful.
Yeah, it really is. I've loved walking around and just getting a feel for the city so far. It's beautiful. Looking forward to going to the castle a bit later on.
But Mark, do you know what the name Ljubljana means? Is there some meaning?
Well, funny you should say that, because I read that the phrase for I love you is ljubim te.
Yes.
So is there something about love in there?
Yes, in Ljubljana and in Slovenia, love, everything has to do something with love. So Ljubljana, the name of Ljubljana is coming from word Ljubljana. Only one letter is different, and Ljubljana means beloved.
Beloved, okay.
So we could translate the name of the city as beloved city.
Beloved city. Oh, that's lovely.
Yeah.
And so maybe one thing that would be useful for our viewers is if you help us pronounce the capital city of Slovenia, because it is quite hard.
So it's Ljubljana.
Ljubljana.
Yes.
So the Ljubljana. Ljubljana.
Ljubljana.
So it's three syllables, isn't it? Ljubljana.
Yes,
It's
exactly.
not Ljubljana.
No.
I think one of the things that we need to do here is learn, let's say, the 3 most important words for a visitor to Ljubljana or Slovenia.
Okay, so the first one would be hvala.
Hvala, hvala.
Hvala or thank you.
Yeah, so thank you, hvala, and it's written H-V-A-L-A.
Exactly.
And we pronounce that H then, hvala.
Hvala.
Hvala, okay.
Hvala.
And what's the natural response to that if you say thank you, you're welcome?
Prosim.
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 Prosim is quite a useful word because it also, I think I've heard it being used for please.
Exactly, exactly. We use it in both ways.
Okay, so
Yeah.
prosim, hvala, and then good day, hello.
Dobar dan.
Dobar dan.
Dobar dan, this is, let's say, official way, but we like to use živjo.
Ooh, that sounds tricky.
Živjo. This is
Živjo.
unofficial way to say dobar dan.
Okay, živjo.
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 You're close.
Not there yet. So say it slowly.
Živjo.
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 Živjo. Wow, živjo.
But let's stay with dobar dan,
Dobar dan is
because this is
probably
official way to say it.
Okay, our coffee break is almost coming to an end here because I am heading up to the grad, to the castle. But before then, I would like to say hvala, thank you very much. How do we say thank you very much?
Najlepša hvala.
Najlepša hvala.
Najlepša hvala.
Najlepša hvala.
In srečno pot. Have a good trip.
Oh, thank you very much. Najlepša hvala.
Prosim.
I've just discovered something in Prešeren Square that is really quite cool. It is a kind of fake weather thing that they've generated rain in the middle of the square. But here, for example, it is sunny. So let's look up the phrase for here it's sunny. Apparently it's tukaj je sončno. But if we walk just 10 meters over there, it's raining. And the phrase for that is tukaj dežuje. So here it's raining. So come with me and let's experience the rain together. So tukaj je sončno. And if we just walk over here, yeah, tukaj dežuje. It's actually raining. It's really quite weird. I'm just checking our list of words to see what we've seen and what we've not seen. So the castle, Grad, we've definitely seen that. The bridge, most, in fact, we've seen a few bridges. We've also seen a few streets, ulica. We've seen the Tourist Information Centre. This one's tricky. Turistično-informacijski center. We've seen that, I'm sure. What we've not seen is the toilet, stranišče. And I think it's because in most places they seem to be referred to as WC or toilet. But I wonder where stranišče, the word, is used. We can find out that another time. One of the things I always like to do when I am travelling is set myself little language challenges each day, and they don't need to be complicated. For example, it could be asking for the bill in the language, or like this morning I wanted to arrive at breakfast at the hotel and I wanted to say hello, good morning, and give my room number. Now, I had read that to say good morning we've learned is dobro jutro, but you can say jutro and it sounds a little more natural, a little more like saying morning. And then I gave my room number, which was 607, 607, and the man who was welcoming people into breakfast said hvala and wished me a good breakfast. So that to me is a result. What other kind of little language challenges can you set yourself? Let me know in the comments. Here at the top of the tower of Ljubljana Castle, our Ljubljana trip and our Slovenian language learning adventure are coming to an end. I hope that you've enjoyed being part of this. We've learned a lot. We've learned some vocabulary, we've learned some useful phrases, we've learned about the Slovenian language, but perhaps most importantly, we've learned that a little language always goes a long way. Thank you for watching. I wish you happy travels, srećno pot, as we can now say in Slovenian, and of course, happy coffee breaking.